Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about a PSP 3000 repair that I'm doing right now. And this PSP has no power at all, so when you go and try to hit the switch, nothing happens. And how the customer explained it to me was they were trying to install an IPS screen using a video. As the customer was putting the PSP back together, replacing the screen with an IPS screen on a PSP 3000, they noticed a little bit of pressure on the screen. They took it apart right away and noticed that the metal screen clip that goes on the top fell behind the screen, and that caused the PSP to no longer power on. I spent some time looking at the board. I may have found the problem. So there are a couple of fuses that you want to check when you're doing a diagnosis on a PSP 3000, 2000, or 1000. You always want to check your fuses to see if that's something that may have caused an issue. I have replaced a few power fuses on PSP 1000. Very easy to do. Just use a donor board and switched out the fuses, and we got power again. So this is actually the first time I'm doing a PSP 3000, and it's a lot of fun, and I'll show you guys what I found. So here is the PSP 3000. I have taken it completely apart. So here is the motherboard, and I was testing voltage on a fuse, and you can see that that fuse has a crack in it and it's blown. So this side I get no reads, but this side I do get 5.2 or 3 or whatever when you're connected to power. And that's how you test that fuse. But you can clearly see that it's been damaged, and I think that's where that metal clip landed. This still charges. This still has power going through the motherboard, and I tested out a battery. I had it fully charged. It was dead. Fully charged it with this motherboard, and then I used it on another PSP and it worked. So we are getting power. It's just not going to syscon or something's happening. So I believe that's what the problem is. You can also check this fuse, which is the power fuse, that TB. That's another fuse you can check. If you're not getting continuity or a beep on your multimeter, then that means this one is also damaged. But I'm going to attempt and just bridge it for now and see if that is the problem. Hopefully that's the case, and I'll just do a small recording on my microscope. Thanks to Tom Love for sending this amazing equipment. You guys are the best. And let's get into it. All right, so let's see what we can do here. We're gonna get going on this. And if we do bridge these points, because you can do a quick test and just bridge the 2 points with some solder and see if you do get power, then we can smile and we can replace the fuse, and we'll let the customer know that it booted up. So I need my SD card. I just sent a picture to the customer letting them know I'm going to attempt this, and they're 100% on board. And yeah, let's do it. Also, big shout out to Eooku. They sent me some really nice equipment. These magnetic arms that could help with holding your equipment or your motherboard or whatever you're working on. And it's very easy and simple to remove these heads. Just like that. And it's all magnetic. Very sweet. Alright, so I just took off that fuse. Very, very nice. Just use some flux and a little bit of solder wire. And we got it off. We got that fuse off finally. And what we're going to do is we're going to bridge the 2 points with some very thin wire. And we're just going to do a quick test to make sure that that is indeed the issue. And then we can move forward with replacing the entire fuse. So I got this wire already prepped, and I'm going to continue on soldering that part over on the microscope. Alright, so now we're going to be testing continuity, making sure that it is stable. There is my connection. I can actually zoom in a little bit more, and here we go. Nice. That's perfect. So now we can actually put it back together. Well, I sort of did. We're going to just test to see if we get any power. We got to be very careful not to leave this on for too long. We just are going to do a power test. All right, so we got the power switch connected to the motherboard. And we're just going to do a couple of connections here. Oops. And we're going to connect the screen, and unfortunately their LCD connector seems a little bit flimsy. So there's our screen. Here's our battery. Gotta be very careful. First thing we're going to do is just see if it charges. There we go. The battery's a little loose, so we are getting an orange light. So here is the moment of truth. And we got power. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Awesome. We got green light. So we saved it. That's amazing. I'm going to try to put this on here. That is beautiful. I love it. Perfect. So now we just have to purchase the right fuse, or we can just look at some of my stock here. A few boards that may have the right fuse, like this one here. This one is F7001, F7002 1.0A, and this one is F7001 1.0A. So this one should work. So we just sent that email to the customer, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be super happy. Right now we're going to replace that fuse with another one, obviously one that matches what we just removed. And we're going to go back on the microscope and show you how that goes down. All right, so we just attempted to remove a couple of those fuses off a PSP 2000 that had the same rating for fuses, but had no luck. They both broke, and I was trying to be patient. I should have been a little bit more patient, but they broke, so I'm just going to order them. Unfortunately, they're going to take some time to get here because they're coming out of China overseas, from the price that I saw, and then for what I need, because this is a special fuse, specific fuse just for what it needs to do on a PSP. Has to be 1.0A 0.603, I believe, and but let's see, I'm completing my order. Just placed the order, and again, this fuse that we're looking at here, it's rated for 32V, which is kind of over the top. You don't have to go that high, but the PSP just requires 1, or I'm sorry, 5. It does need 1A, not 0.5A, which I keep seeing on Amazon and eBay, but we don't want to do that. That's probably going to cause a lot of issues with the PSP if I install one like that. So we just want to play it safe and make sure that it matches whatever I took off that motherboard and replace it with the exact same one. So I ordered this off of AliExpress. You know, it does take some time, but at least we have the part ordered, and this is the specific part for this problem. So if you come across any issues with your PSP not powering on, make sure to check those fuses, and if you need someone like me to replace them, please don't hesitate to contact me on my online website, roblesjr.com, and I'd be happy to assist you in replacing that part for you. But until next time, guys, part 2, we're just gonna have to wait a few weeks before we finalize this video and see how it goes. So a week later, I finally got my fuses from AliExpress. If you're interested in picking this exact one up, I'll have a link in the description down below so we can finally finish the PSP 3000. Now, please take into consideration that this will not work for all PSP motherboards. You have to be very careful on what you're using on your motherboard, and you have to be very specific as to what you need. And just look at your motherboard, you'll see exactly what you'll need. This one is 1A and the 32V, but it's a little much, but it will work for what we need for the PSP. Basically 32 is like the ceiling, and all we need is 5V. So this should work no problem. Now, if you're interested in sending your console to me, please make sure to reach out via email on my website, roblesjr.com. I do all sorts of console repairs, so please reach out. Don't hesitate. I answer all questions, and I can support you as much as I can through the entire process. And if you decide to send your console to me, I do provide a ton of updates. I just built a new system where you'll see the exact project timeline from the day you ship your console to me to the whole entire process of me documenting your shipping box, the console, the current condition, and the condition after once I finish your repairs. And it's pretty straightforward. You mail in your console, I send you an invoice for the labor, parts, and things like that. And once I'm done, I just ship it back to you, and we're all good to go. So if you're looking for someone to repair your console, especially a PS Vita or PSP, I specialize in that. So just reach out to me via email. I'll have my website in the description down below, along in the pinned comment. So let's get into it. Alright, so I have some great news. The PSP is working just fine. We fixed it. It's all good to go. I just got done cleaning it. Beautiful console. This beautiful green. I love it. I'm gonna have to get one. Beautiful, beautiful console. And it's all fixed and ready to go. Now it's time to contact the customer. Send some updates, some details, and some pictures. As far as this repair goes, it's all done. And I can't wait to hear what they have to say because they have contacted multiple repair shops with no sort of help, and no one wanted to take this project on. And I was very excited to take this project on to see what I can do to bring this PSP back to life and just leveling up my skill set. This is amazing. This is awesome, and I'm having so much fun. So if you are going through something like this, please don't hesitate to contact me via email. That's the best way to contact me, and we can get your PSP or whatever console you're having trouble with repaired. I'd love to do that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have links to everything that you've seen in this video, like the soldering iron that I use. That thing's amazing. My microscope, my camera work, whatever I'm using as far as gear, parts, tools, all that good stuff will be in the description down below if you're trying to do this yourself and you want to start doing something like this from home. And that's how I started. I started from a bedroom and I just kind of grew into this little office space, which is awesome. So I'm having so much fun. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.